Hello guys and welcome back to Dylan Still Hobbies, and in today's video we are going to be doing a behind the scenes update. And I wanted to do this because eventually with me making this movie I'll have a couple of these, and pretty soon I'll be able to do like a behind the scenes how I made the film kind of video reel, and it's gonna be really cool when I eventually get to that point. But as of right now, it is currently May 24th, 2024. Yeah, and lots happened so far since I started this project. First off, I'm 27 now. Fantastic. Me personally, this has been a really big year because I've finally pretty much set my goals, and I've been achieving those goals both in my weight loss program, because I've been a little overweight for a while, so I've been doing really good on that. Lost 17 pounds at this point. I also been focusing a lot of attention onto this project, my movie, and with my movie comes a lot of other smaller projects that all relate to the movie, and we're going to be updating you guys on all of that. Now, the biggest thing that I actually want to talk about here is actually might be a little controversial. Might be a little controversial, and that is AI. Okay, what am I talking about? Okay, fact is, I'm gonna be honest with you. As an artist, I straight up hate AI. I really do, and not just as an artist, but just as a person. I am not a fan of AI. And there are plenty of reasons why. First off, I hate the fact that a lot of companies are using AI. And, I have no problem with AI being used as a tool. What I have a problem with is when you claim AI as true art. Because the fact is, AI is not true art. AI is literally a robot computer program that literally studies true artists and then formulates something. That's what it really does. That's what AI is, and it's just so irritating. It really is irritating. And let me tell you, it's everywhere. I can't even go to my local hamburger place anymore. I can't. Charles Jr. You know what? I live in the middle of nowhere, and a Charles Jr. in the middle of nowhere as an AI answering machine. What the heck? You can't go through the drive-thru on that Charles Jr. because when you do, you end up talking to the AI machine, and the AI machine just, it isn't there. It isn't there. The technology isn't there. It's really annoying. And then, of course, there's the whole problem with AI of people using it, claiming it's art, and then saying, "Oh no, we didn't use AI," and then turns out they used AI. Yeah, that whole situation. So many companies are doing that, and it's so stupid. I think it's important to actually come out when it comes to AI. I think it's important to clarify that this is an AI piece, and clarify that AI is not true art. People say, "Oh, I'm an AI artist." No, you are not an AI artist if you are true. If there's no such thing as an AI artist. If you use AI, you are not an artist, and I'll tell you why. Yes, you can come up with an idea, but if you're not making that idea real in reality, you yourself doing that, you're just typing in a couple commands into a computer and it just poof, it's there. I'm sorry, you are not an AI artist. What you are, you're lazy. You're lazy if you're doing that. And that is something that I myself, the whole thing about AI, I'm really kind of struggling whether or not I actually want to use it, because I know for a fact I don't consider AI art. And I mean, there is a time and there is a place and there is a position for it. For example, when me and my friends want to play around and mess around, like we usually like come up with stories. But hey, sometimes we just don't have a good idea. We have maybe one or two things. We can stick it in a computer system, have it come up with something, and then laugh about it just for entertainment, just for our own entertainment. We don't even have to entertain other people. We can do that ourselves. That, in that sense, if you're doing it for that sense, I don't have a problem with it because I do it. With that said, when it comes to actual work, actual art, as in writing art or drawing art, um, yeah, AI is not true art. And the thing about AI to me is I consider AI a tool, and it's not going to go away. And we have to incorporate AI into our work, but we have to do it properly. I really don't like the idea that AI can just come up with a story on its own, even though it can at this point. It really can. But I just, the thing is, that's just a computer program. The the person who literally made the program, that's a true artist because he made something. But us, no. And when it comes to Reaper's Blood, this is my project. This is my art. This is my writing. This is my story. This is my drawings and my book. And the thing is, humans are not perfect. And so this is something that I really learned over the last year, is that humans are not perfect. Like, I used to compare myself to, which you should never do, by the way. Now I've learned that, but I used to compare myself to big, great stories, right? And while I would always come up with my own little stories, I would never say they were any good. Well, guess what? Star Wars and anime, it doesn't matter what it is. You say, oh, Naruto's perfect, Star Wars perfect. I used to be one of those people too, but then you take a second look at it and you realize, no, there are problems. The thing is, there are so many humans, and no human is perfect. No one is perfect. So nothing we produce, nothing we make, that will never be perfect because humans are never perfect. Nothing we make will be perfect. And really, there's something beautiful in its flaws. It's the fact that it has flaws that makes it art. That's what I think. But it's so irritating. It really is irritating. Whenever I write something down, I go through it 5 million times. I make sure that all of these spelling issues are done and gone and right, and then I upload it, and I get the exact same comment. It's a good story, it's alright, but guess what? You need to work on your grammar, you need to work on your punctuation, blah, 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 blah. And I work on my grammar, I work on my punctuation. But here's the thing. I'm human, and I make mistakes, and I miss some, I miss a comma. And you know what everybody points out in my story? It points out the flaws. It points out the fact that I forgot that there's a darn comma there. And eventually my friend showed me this website, and I'm like, you know what? It has a proofreader. And I mean, that's the thing. Like, I needed proofreaders, right? So I just put it up there. I had a couple friends look at it, but my friends are humans. They make mistakes. I make mistakes. And my friends don't catch every single time I forget a comma. But you know who does? Someone out there will. Someone will always catch if I forget one comma or one quotation mark. And people say, oh, well, you know what? Just get Grammarly. Just get Grammarly. I tried Grammarly. Doesn't really work. But I have found this other website. that I forget the name of it. It's literally like AI story. That's literally like the name of the website, and on it you can make you can type in something and have it make a story up on its own or something like that. But it also has a proofreader function, and I've been using the proofreader function as only to add those last stupid commas that I have forgotten. But I want to be clear about the fact that I'm using AI. I'm not going to put in that this is written by AI because guess what? It's not written by AI. But I think it's important to be clear when you do use AI, what you use it for and what you use it on. And has it been touched by AI? Yeah, to make sure that all my stupid little commas and quotation marks are there. And yes, every now and again, it does give me a suggestion, and I actually sometimes like the suggestion better than what I actually wrote. So I might change a couple things and add the suggestions in. I've been doing that as well. But for the most part, Reaper's Blood is completely written by me, and it's my story. It does make it easier to read. It does make it easier when, so I don't hopefully get those comments anymore about the fact that I forgot a comma here or there. But you know what? Considering that the AI isn't perfect either, it probably forgot commas too. I'll never be able to win with that. But I did want to actually make part of this update clear that I have now started using AI just to do that. But it is not written by AI, and AI is a tool. And we don't incorporate it in our work somehow, then everyone else who is going to use it is going to bypass us so much faster. In fact, people who do use AI, those are the people who are still probably going to get jobs. It's time to adapt, and that's how I've been using AI in my system to hopefully check all my commas and spelling issues, which there are always a lot of because I'm human. But with that said, that's that whole thing, and I've been doing it to just make sure that I get all my commas and everything. Something else that I've been using AI2 for is I've been using it to learn how to draw. Now, of course, I been watching tons and tons of YouTube videos on learning how to draw and figuring out all of that. But I upload a picture and maybe I get like 5-10 people seeing it, and maybe I'll get like 1 or 2 comment, and sure, it helps me out. It really has improved my art, but I pretty much started getting an AI teacher to help me learn how to draw. And that way, it's so much cheaper. It's so much quicker because all I got to do is download a free AI art app, and I've been learning how to draw through that. I do, I upload my photos and get some feedback, but it's just so much faster and so much easier and so much cheaper if I go through AI. So that's another reason why AI can sometimes be good, because it may help someone like me, an artist like me, actually use it. So again, there are many, many advantages. Boy, that did not come out right. Advantages to using AI, but there are a lot of drawbacks that we have to be clear. What you have to use AI for is realize it's a tool, and don't be lazy and consider it true art. And my story is indeed true art. My story is made by me, is not made by AI. However, the grammar on this is not true art, because I've been using AI to actually fix my grammar. But I want to be clear on that. I want to be clear that I am using that, because as long as you're actually clear on what you're using, I think is fine. And something else, something again, don't ever consider it true art. Like I've met so many people who are now drawing, or now who are writers, but they can't draw and they use AI art instead, and I'm like, dude, learn how to draw. That's what you should use AI for. That's what I'm using AI for. I want to learn how to draw so I can make this movie. Speaking of drawing, now we shall go to the next thing I want to update you guys on. Drawing. Yep, I am learning. Great, it's fun. I've been learning how to draw again through AI, but learning on the Switch, it's been lots of fun learning how to draw. And I've been, of course, making shorts of it, uploading it to YouTube. I do draw on my Nintendo Switch just to practice. I mean, some of it, some of it's really good, and I've really have come a long way in my improvements of how I'm starting to draw, and I'm really starting to dial down my quote unquote art style. And yeah, my art style isn't perfect. That is definitely true, but my art style has gotten a lot better, and I've been doing better at drawing poses and drawing the characters, and being able to literally put down what I actually see in my head onto the paper is great. And as for my art style, what is my art style, you may ask? Well, it's kind of funny because I am like a super fan of like anime, and I'm always inspired by anime, but I also am American and I used to watch American cartoons. So something that I really wanted to do was I really wanted to kind of bring my love of anime, but incorporate it with my love of American cartoons as well. So I've been trying to figure out my own art style basically for it. And I think I pretty much have my art style down. Something else that has been a really huge problem for me is to get body proportions right. Let me tell you, that was the biggest, trickiest thing. And I still don't have that perfectly down. Hopefully, in the future, I will get better at that. But yeah, this character, the Reaper here, I don't think looks that bad. And what's really nice is I also, of course, finally have gotten basic character. Um, what should I call it? Basic character form down. Basically, what I want them to look like. The design of the character, I really got that down. Basically, of what I want certain characters to look like. And as I've been drawing and learning how to draw, I've been slowly adjusting the look of the character so that they look better and look more like what I have in my head. Like, for example, there's the Reaper there, right? Well, this used to be the Reaper's design, and I don't know. I think he looks so much better. I think he looks so much better here than he does in the old design. That's why I took the time to learn how to draw. Look, uh, I'm almost embarrassed by these two drawings. But hey, you know what? That's where I was. That's how I used to draw, and I did pretty. I mean, they don't look that bad. I still don't think they look that bad. But that was not what I wanted the movie to look like. I wanted the movie to look a little better than that. So that is why I started practicing my drawing. And then I got into the whole, let's draw comic books. And what I'm doing with the comic book is, which I will actually probably release sometime next year. But I'm using the comic book basically because I like comic books. I like manga. Actually, it's more as in a Japanese manga formats. I use more of a manga format than I do a comic book format, just because that's what I like. That's the style I like. That's the style of storytelling I like. But I've been using that to basically storyboard my story, because this is not, I mean, I might audio drama something up, using this, but this is not how I want it. I want it in color. I want it in half stop motion animation slash 2D animation, and that's going to be the movie that I am going to make. But this is the art style right here. This is the best example of the art style I want this movie to be in. And now it's so much better than what it used to be. And I'm going to be able to draw those characters, print them out, and then start making the puppets, which I'm really, really excited for. Here's another shot of the Reaper, George Wolfric. I absolutely am very impressed that has come together very well. And again, it's not perfect. I'm not looking for perfection, but I was hoping to improve. And at least I can say I have improved. I have improved quite a bit, actually. So, now, that is everything to update you guys on with this update. A lot of updates there. What about this? Once I draw out the characters, I can print them up and start making the puppets. I think, number one, this was a great trial run for what I wanted the stage to look like, basically. But I'm going to have to probably make this a little bit bigger to actually do what I want to do. So I have to do that. And I gotta get more ink so I can print more characters. So I gotta make the puppets and all that. I got ways to go. So when will I actually start filming or start producing this? When will Reaper's Blood actually be in production, at least for the first episode? I'm thinking December. Now, why do I say December? Because I still have to finish Reaper's Blood. Technically, Reaper's Blood is done. Book 1 is technically done. But I have a lot that I want to add to it. A couple things I want to add to it. A couple things I want to change to it. A couple things I want to fix about it. And of course, I'm using the grammar thing. We already talked about that. To do that and upload it for you guys. So that'll be probably like the rest of this year. And I know I haven't been uploading the story consistently on Royal Road. And the reason for that basically is because I've been doing so much other stuff. I've been preparing for the movie, learning how to draw and stuff like that. So it's been time consuming, but soon enough, I'm going to just upload the rest of Reaper's Blood to Royal Road for you guys to read. And of course, I'm going to end up drawing more of the comic book, because that is basically how I'm storyboarding for the movie, which is fantastic. Gonna be tons of fun to do that. But other than that, the reason why it's going to be in December is because I just have a lot of stuff that I still gotta do. I mean, heck, this isn't a job either. I still have other things I gotta do in my personal life. So all of that just takes time. When will I actually be able to produce episode 1 and release it to you guys? That is a very good question. And I will say sometime in 2025. I do have a date when I want at least the first scene done, but I'm not going to say what that date is, just in case I don't meet that deadline. I should meet that deadline because I'm actually ahead of schedule. I'm My level of productivity in this whole project is actually going fantastic. Way better than I thought it was going to. Actually, I've improved my arts very quickly. Actually, I'm very, very surprised at how quickly my art improved after just drawing and learning a little bit more about it. But yeah, yeah, that is basically the update. That's everything I can say right now. And thank you guys for watching. And for now, I'm out. Bye.